Alright, for the life of me, I don't know what the heck just happened. I just tried to record a video, and I got 3 seconds out of it. Because I just went back and I looked, and I saw the last picture, the screen I did, which was one of the cars for XXIII. But let's try this again. It's crazy. I'm Aaron, founder and CEO of 28 Games. How you all doing? I hope you're all doing really, really well. It's 11:16 right now, mid-morning. My mother's had a great day. She's been pleasant, happy, all that. I've been working on what I've been doing, uploading the cars for XXII. I'm on the Port Gellhorn cars right now. It's really, really impressive, the concept work that they do. It looks official, and I've uploaded almost about 900, almost 200 cars. So, I've been staying very dedicated and devoted into my work and doing that. I really do appreciate it, all of you. Thank you so much for continuing to travel, to stay with me with this really crazy journey that's had its ups and downs, the roller coaster ride, especially with my mother she's got mental illness going on. As best as I can do. So I'm seeing bipolar in her and psychosis. Psychosis for sure, bipolar, I'd say yes, because she switches sides or cycles really quickly. When you say cycling, that means people who have bipolar cycle short, quick, fast. Sometimes it takes minutes, days, or even as long as months. So that's what I mean by cycling. I've done a lot of work, and I'm just hoping that in the end, what I felt like I've done has been contributory, and I've really helped out a lot. And hard work pays off in the end. And all eyes are turned to this May 15th investors call at 4:30. In Take Two, Rockstar has to give investors information. So for this to take place, so Rockstar's going to do their part. Yeah, in order for the investors call to take place, Rockstar's going to do their part. So it's a two part process. But I'm looking forward to that. And I do think that finally, this is going to be the end of this. This fall, I can't see any reason why it would go beyond that. When you talk about, what I've done, you just got to look at my YouTube and, you'll see what I've done. I've taken it to the maximum, journaling, I do the journaling every day. It's every 2 hours. So another one will be coming for me about 1,300 hours. But I usually also do it with major current events, like how my mother's doing, her lunch update, her lunch break, her second break, if she can squeeze it in before she goes to the dining room, and at 4. I try to squeeze in as much as I can. And my hat is off to all of you who have continued to keep up this crazy thing. I don't know, I don't know how you do it. Sometimes I don't know how I do it. But like I said, hard work does pay off. And I'm working very, very hard here. I'm proud of what I've done, because I've grown as a content creator. As a person, I was always a late bloomer, and it took when my father died. That's what just kicked me in gear. And sometimes it takes tragedy. It's very, very sad. The same is true for my mother. But that's how it has to go sometimes. So I'm gonna be doing my yard work soon. So I'm gonna put bark mulch down, the mulch beds in our side of our driveway. One by the island, by the walkway, steps in our front entrance. Then there's one on the side by our bulkhead, which is an entrance into a basement. Then we got another mulch bed in front of our patio in the backyard. So that's all going to look nice, But when I came back May 21st, 2023, this house was in ruins. The grass was in ruins. It looked terrible. It was all dead all over the place. So while it doesn't look the greatest now, it looks a hell of a lot better than it did when I first got back here. So it's going to need some TLC. Hasn't had it in about 4 years. It's going to need fertilizer, irrigation, or watering. It's going to get leaf blown, weed whack, all that. I do all that because my father was a landscaper. I saw him do all that. And he taught me, so I tried to carry it on the best after he died, as you know, almost 6 years ago. September 13th, 2019. Nuts. Absolutely crazy. Can't believe it's been almost 6 years. So, I'll have had the Toyota Scion, for a year, come 26, which will be a week from last Saturday. So this coming Saturday, I'll have that. I still got the temp tags. I still got the dealer plate on there from Alan, the person who my aunt knew. Remember taking it off his lot. We went to the Cafe Deja Vu with my aunt, little breakfast diner. We all ate there. Then my aunt Patty left. That's my aunt's name. Left us there, and then I took my mother to work for the first time at St. Francis, do her dietary aid work. And it just seems like yesterday, and it's a blur. Things just go by so quick. But I don't want this to get too long, so I'm Aaron, founder and CEO of 28 Games, and my tagline is crazy ambitious, cleverly historic. And I'm going to get back to it, upload these cars. There's plenty more on the way for me. I appreciate you all sticking it out. You know, in the end, like I said, hard work pays off, and I think I'm working towards that goal. And compensation, I'll just say one word, contract. I don't think I have to say any more than that. But have a great day. Stay safe. Be well. Hug your loved ones. In a world gone crazy, you got to do that. Because, and the Pope died at 88 from double pneumonia. Condolences to the Vatican. And, you know, that's happened before, but it's like, wow, it just kind of drops your jaw, you know. And he was 88, lived a very long life. And like I said, my condolences to the Vatican, because that's where the Pope resides. And, you know, his family. Best is always ahead. You just gotta. It's all about the attitude and mindset and how you approach things. It really is. I'm not just saying that. I don't get a script in front of me. You know, what I say comes from my heart and my, as I used to say in the earlier days of Everywhere, pulse of ambition. So have a great day. Plenty more on the way for me, and take care. Bye bye.